Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of The Box Seats. I'm Mark Warwood. 7 races for the final meeting at Belmont in 2018. Let's have a look at the likely conditions. We're expecting some showers in Perth on Wednesday, but a top temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. The track, I think it might be a soft 5, but it could easily be a good 4, and the rail to be in the 5 metre position. Race number 1 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 1:24. It's the Gamble Aware Maiden over 1,000 metres. In replay, we're going to look at the trial of Prince of Promises.
The way on the outside, getting to it is Amity Rose, went up stylishly. Black Money back down to the inside with also Don's Legacy. Bootleg Rascal, and down the centre of the track is Prince of Promises starting to wind up strongly. Prince of Promises getting over the ground well, went up quickly. Don's Legacy the inside, and also running through as they head towards the line. Black Money, but on the outside, Prince of Promises.
Like the trial performance of Prince of Promises, he resumes here as a 3-year-old off that trial victory in which he finished off really strongly, and he does have 3 seconds from his 4 starts as a 2-year-old. Gets one of the inside gates here for Simon Miller and Sean McGroddy. Goes on top. I think a danger might be number 4, Wakan Tanka. He's not first up like many of the main chances in the first race here, but back to 1,000 metres, gets the inside gate. I think it's much more suitable than the 1,300 metres from last start when he was wide in the run. Number 5, Great Charades, another first upper. He placed in each of his 2 juvenile races, but he does rate behind Prince of Promises on a collateral thorn line through a horse called Super Stardom. And then number 9, Stares and Whispers. Could improve back to 1,000 metres on what is certainly not going to be a heavy trap, but does have an apprentice on board who can only claim 1 kilo of her 3 kilo allowance. My top selection in race number 1, going to go with number 3, Prince of Promises, to beat 4, Wakan Tanka, 5, Great Charade, and 9, Stares and Whispers. Race number 2 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 1:59. It's the Amelia Park Lamb Handicap over 1,000 metres. The replay horse can look at the trial of Princess Piero.
Generous Charlie as they come around the home turn into the home straight. And 2 lengths away behind them is Balthazar, who's trying to get to the outside, and running on is Princess Piero, who's out a little bit wider. In front it's Empire Khan. Down the outside is Princess Piero. Coming through again is Generous Charlie. Getting a run through. Beguiler starting to flash home. In front Empire Khan though from Beguiler.
Princess Piero would have to be one of the better 3-year-old maidens going around in WA. Wasn't asked to do too much in her recent trial, but she looked good in doing it. And while she still is a maiden, she did shine in most of her races as a 2-year-old. Goes on top here for number 8, Emerald Rose. Over-raced on her return, and yet again she found plenty of trouble in running that stopped her showing her true ability. If she puts it all together, she will be a threat in this contest. Number 9, Crystal Dane, has run 3 sound races in her 3 starts, including winning last time out, but she'll have to jump from the outside gate here for Sharon Miller and Randy Tan. And then the top one, Global Reset. He did win on debut quite impressively at Ascot over 1,100 metres before a couple of unplaced runs over 1,400 metres, including in the size produce when he finished 8th. Just not sure 1,000 metres is going to be go here, but you could say the same for the top one as well. My top selection is that number 4, Princess Piero, to beat 8, Emerald Rose, 9, Crystal Dane and 1, Global Reset. Race number 3 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 2:37. It's the Rent-A-Kill Initial Handicap over 1,400 metres. In replay, we're going to look at the Larkhill trial of the Big Show.
Straight leading the way, Misty Lad is second. Back behind those runners, Magical Charm switches to the cutaway. Being ridden along in the centre is Sally's Realm, and back behind those runners there next is Bon Signor and Sovereign Halls down the centre of the track. Misty Lad got the better of the Big Show. As they head inside the 100, Misty Lad has done the work in the race, went to the lead and pulls away. Misty Lad beat the Big Show.
The Big Show has trialled since placing 3rd over course and distance. That was first up behind a horse called King Blitz. There's no King Blitz in this race, and even though the Big Show has got one of the outside gates, I do think he'll be able to be on speed here. The winkers go on as well. They mean business here, D-Mac and Mitchell Pateman. Goes on top from number 1, American Joy. Resumes following a campaign in the autumn in which he finished 3rd in the WA Oaks before failing on the quick back up, understandably so, in the WATC Derby. Probably wants a little bit further than the 1,400 metres, but does have a new trainer in Adam Durant, previously with Team Williams. Number 3, Watch Me Nene, is first up off the 1 trial after going around in a couple of listed races. Significantly, those black type events were over this type of distance, so clearly David Harrison has an opinion of this horse. And then number 5, Zatorio, rises in grade again after following back-to-back wins in a maiden at Northam and then a Class 1 at Belmont Park. This is harder again, but does get a nice gate for Roy Rogers and Jason Whiting. Top selection in race number 3, it's going to be number 2, The Big Show, to beat 1, American Joy, 3, Watch Me Nene, and 5, Zettorio. Race number 4 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 3:15. It's the James Bogues Premium Handicap over 2,000 metres. The replay horse going to look at the last start, 7th, of Niconi's Boy.
Coaches peeling to the outside, so's Alazan, and now Delusky winds up from Platinum Star. Sugarcane further back with Niconi's Boy. Inside the 250, King Cochise ranged up with First Growth. Alazan, Delusky keeps coming down the outside though. It's Delusky at the 100 mark. First Growth battling back, and so's King Cochise. First Growth, Delusky, they split it all. Gee, it might be First Growth.
Niconi's Boy placed second in this grade 2 starts ago before, in a slightly lower class, he was impeded for a large part of the straight. That's what we saw in replay. Does get barrier 9 here for Neville Parnham, but William Pike takes over from Stephen Parnham. That's a positive jockey booking for mine, and Niconi's Boy, with a bit more look in the straight, goes on top. From number 5, Kelly Secret, who got bumped around shortly after straightening 2 weeks ago when he was tackling this kind of trip for the first time. That was a 2100 metre race under Glenn Smith. Gets a nice gate here. I think Kelly Secret, on trial at the distance for mine still, goes in for second. Number 7, 23 Red, broke his maiden at Northam last time out, and the runner-up in that race, Drink the Rainbow, won at Northam in a maiden on Sunday. So that form has been franked, albeit only at maiden level. And then number 4, Young Thor, won 5 starts ago when he last contested a Class 1 handicap. He's far from the easiest galloper to ride, but he's dropping in grade here. He's dropping from a 66 plus from both the last 2 starts. My top selection in race number 4, going to go with number 6, Niconi's Boy, to beat 5, Kelly Secret, 7, 23 Red, and 4, Young Thor.